Good evening, all. Today is the fourth day of time management challenge, and today we will be discussing about prioritization. So, how you can achieve the max in your workplace if with this little technique, which is prioritization. If you can prioritize your work schedule, because you all of us have a big to-do list for every day, right? So some of us, what do? We actually create a to-do list of everything, like say from minutes, seconds, and from every little small things to the big task that we need to do. That makes the list exhaustive. Of course, we don't forget anything then. But what about if you have a to-do list which is over 20 items, which means you have to spend some time looking at those, right? And how do you remember all those 20 things, if you like, if you want to accomplish all of those in a day? So here are few of the suggestions that I would like to give you. The first is prioritize your task and time. From the first day, I was telling you that it is very essential that you should be doing the most important thing first. And in a day, if you keep in mind that 20% of your tasks actually achieve 80% of your results, then you need to identify those tasks only which will give you 80% of results. Right? So how to how to find those tasks? How to find those tasks? Those tasks can be found out if you make a weightage of all the tasks that you have in mind. Peace of mind is something, of course, is intangible, which will give you, let's say, peace of mind if you accomplish all the tasks. But if that is not possible, then what to do? You have to give a weightage to each of the tasks. Say 40%, 20%, 30%, 25%, like this. So, and then when you do this, before that you will have something like, say, what are the absolute tasks, those need to be accomplished during the day, for sure. What are those tasks? So if you can identify such tasks, then you will see that in a day you cannot accommodate more than 3 tasks, such tasks. So if you make a habit of kind of identifying those tasks, then what will happen is other tasks, like say more than whatever is the fourth task, will be delegated to another day, right? For every task you need some preparation time also, right? There will be some tasks which will be prior to it, some tasks which will be subsequent to it. So if your task number 4 requires you to to accomplish task number 1 or 2 or 3 prior to it getting accomplished, then you need to finish those 3 tasks before you take up task number 4. And every task has a turnaround time. Once you do, suppose sending a letter, right? If you are sending a letter or writing a book or writing some proposal, once you send that, you wait for a response, right? You send it to your senior official or circulate amongst your colleagues. They will read it and they come back with some feedback. All that will require some time. So don't rush into doing all the tasks, but assign weightage to the task so that you will give yourself time. Of course, the planning is very, very necessary, because suppose there is a time limit, deadline attached with all the tasks that you do. That means when you do, whenever you start doing your work, there has to be a timeline decided. What will you do in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, till the finish, right? So if you define like that, then the entire work period is defined. Of course, you should give yourself buffer time. Of course, you should get occupied with the planning. But you, it doesn't rush you. It also ensures quality time uh, for you. When you write something, if you give yourself some time after writing, something new will occur, some words will occur inside your mind, and that makes the quality more important. So that is the first clue that I would like you to accomplish. Prioritize, give weightage to each of the tasks, assign the timeline, plan beforehand. Planning is, of course, in the third stage, which we have already discussed yesterday. And 80% of a leader's time goes into planning. The second is the fight procrastination with deadlines. So many people have habits to deliver at the last moment. What is your tendency? Just give yourself a thought. We all have different kind of tendency. Is it your tendency to relax and approach the deadline? Let's say you rush when the deadline is coming, and before that you are occupied with several other things. Why this mindset happens, this is because you don't like your work. You want to give yourself relaxation and enough time so that you don't have to rush for those things, and so you don't start working at all. The second thing is you overestimate your time, the time that is there, which also means there is lack of planning. If you have given yourself, what is planning after all? Planning is accomplishing all the tasks along with your relaxation time. So you keep buffer for your relaxation time while you are working, accomplishing a bit every day. Practice and consistency is about doing something little, whatever little, every day. So procrastination happens just because we don't assign enough time to ourselves to do something every day while relaxing. So the mind is relaxed, it is thinking, it is coming up with new ideas, it is writing something, scratching it out. But you know, don't scratch anything out before you produce something new. So I'll tell you a story. This is something which happened to me when I was a child, and I keep repeating this story on and on and on, again and again. Why? Because you know, it was a period when the teacher of that particular period was not there. Our class teacher was not there that day, and somebody else came and took the class. And because we were very small young kids, we were like say making lot of noises. So what he did was he gave one exercise. He just wanted us to copy a chapter from the book, from the syllabus book. It is a non-detailed story, I think so. And he asked us to complete that book, just copying that story, and it was 1.5 page only. Copying that story, and once we are done, we can go and play in the playground. So, what was the objective? To complete the story, because we were allowed to go and play in the playground if we complete that. So when I started, I won't say that my handwriting was very good, but when I started, I kept in mind about the margins and the line between two lines, the space between two lines. So if you do such small things, if you keep such small things in mind, your write-up will look better, beautiful. So I started doing that. And in a matter of 15 minutes or so, I was done. Now I was waiting for my friends to finish so that we could go and play. I just glanced over to my right side, to the left side. People actually couldn't start. These small kids, my friends, they started, they didn't like whatever they wrote, so they went to the next page. Then they started writing there, they didn't like, then the third page, and after writing say 2 3 pages, they didn't like again, the entire page was scratched, and then again they went to the next page. And like this, the entire period was over, the recess period was over. After that, people, all the students got about 15 minutes or so of uh, time to take their lunch, and there was no time left to go and play. By the time they are done, the next teacher had come to teach the subject. Right? There was another teacher who came, and he didn't have anything in mind. He didn't have this thing, like this thing, to allow the students to go and play. So that day, and my that I finished writing was appreciated. Even after I got appreciated, even after then, my my friends, they couldn't finish. They should have taken that clue and could have finished, no, whatever way writing. What do you think happened to my friends? They were focused on making the things perfect, and they didn't accept the handwriting that they had. They didn't know this small basic tip, that making lines equidistant and putting margins makes the write-up very beautiful. These were insights which were given to me by my father, because I had practiced earlier at home, and my parents were supervising how I learned everything. So that is how these insights were given to me. Small insights for a kid, big insights for an adolescent also. I see everybody making the same mistake, waiting for the perfect done thing, and in the process they miss the entire thing. By the time you are done with the first small thing, you won't have energy for the next small thing either, let alone the big thing that is there in your plate. Can you see what a small thing, small insight is there? And we miss out so much on life just because we don't know, we don't pay heed to small insights, small tricks of life. Get that? And since you don't have that energy again to start something anew, afresh, because you struggled to do the first thing perfectly, the entire energy was spent, and still the first thing, despite all your effort, all your struggle, the first thing was not perfect according to you. Of course, it was not. It will be not according to you, according to anybody. But why care about that perfectionism? Perfectionism. Why is the rush? Why is the inclination to make the first thing perfect? Quality, of course, is a matter of thing. But how do you ensure quality? If you don't pay heed to small tricks, there are hacks, right? There are hacks by which you can overcome this thing and move to the next thing. If you complete one thing in time, then you will have energy and enthusiasm to start the second thing also. And if you do that in time, then the third thing also. And you will discover that in no time you have covered a lot. Covered a lot. If you don't bother about getting it perfectly done, no matter what, just move ahead. That is the first trick to, to overcome procrastination. Deadline is what? Deadline is a time by which, like that day, the deadline was the lunchtime, and people exceeded that, and they lost. That is what we can interpret, right? If we had in mind that we would make some time to play, then we missed out, right? So that is the second thing. Start imperfectly, whatever way you have started, whatever way you have completed your thing, and get going with that. That way you will beat procrastination. And if it is a chore, if it is a practice over and over and over again, then you are not going to get this habit of procrastination again. Is it clear? I hope that helps immensely. I hope my stories will help you immensely. The third thing is, keep your perfectionism at bay. I understand that all my friends have great level of uh, great standards, right? Great standards of achieving things, and they are not satisfied with anything less than quality, right? So I understand that, but anybody in the world has achieved perfectionism. He has only improved upon himself, herself, to a better standard. But the perfect thing is never reached, because anything and everything in life can be improved further. So whoever has whoever is right now at, say, a standard 10, he has, like, say, he has improved fast batch, then the second thing, then third, then fourth, and so on, and he has reached about the 10th level. If you compare yourself with that level, of course your thing will appear to be very novice, very childish, but at least you will start. You will make that journey. Doesn't matter which level you are. Doesn't matter which level you are. If you are keep growing, you are keeping on getting, then you will establish your own supremacy at some time or other. You are not going to copy somebody else, right? You are there to to establish your own standards, right? And you are a different person, so you will definitely have your own uniqueness in this world. So keep doing so that you will establish your uniqueness and not the perfectness, because whatever you are presenting day number today and whatever you will be presenting day number 15 from now, there will be a difference in the standard. Unless you keep going, that 15th day thing will not be an improved one. So perfectionism, I say, you have to keep doing, right? Not with perfectionism, but with a little better standard than it was before. It was yesterday. Fourth is write with efficiency. So let us come back to that particular example which I had given just now about my childhood. Use whatever your time is, whatever time is given to you. How much time do you have? If you accomplish at par with the time given, then it is efficiency, right? So if it is a job that you need to write every day, then how much impact you are going to make? For example, let us take the example of writing an article today. That is what I write every day. And whatever I am writing should make some impact. People, whoever is reading that, should see that here is some value for him, right? Some value for him. And every day you should be able to give some value to that person, your reader, your audience. That is what efficiency is. Productivity over time invested. As I said, if you go on working, attacking the problem one after the other, your productivity will increase. And in the same time, if you are not interested, then also you are not going to achieve much. So how much you achieve over a given period of time, that is what is productivity. And what do you mean more? Having less product with Nobody knows whatever version you produce, or creating more which are not very perfect. At least you will know that you have produced 4 things which needs to be improved over a period of time. You are not bothered about how those are produced at the first time. The idea is very important, right? So unless you keep on doing something over the other, the ideas will not come. You will get stuck. So make yourself unstuck at every level. Do more, do imperfect, and keep on improving. That is the trick. And the last thing is, why would you do whatever you are doing? Why productivity? Because your private life, the energy of doing something new comes to us from our close friends, from our family. Right? So that is your private life. From where? From that source within, from which you recharge yourself. Right? So that is what prioritization is. And tomorrow we'll be discussing about productivity principles. Right? Let us see how we will be approaching our time with productivity. Whatever principle we don't have to get very deep into principles, but whatever we have learned over a period of time with experience, that is all we will discuss. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. And please come back to me with the link, the Calendly link that is there. Come to me with book an appointment right there. And if you book an appointment, then we can talk further about your time management and how you can achieve more. Thank you for watching.